Hey everybody, we are back in Eltham finally. We started this job in 2024. We had a client who had a tree take their overhead power line down, and we've had a range of issues since the job started. So a lot of rock here as well, so excavating, I think it was a 60-metre trench through the rock was quite a challenge. We had non-compliant gas, the whole lot, so we've had quite a few challenges on this job. We're waiting on Ausnet to come and do the disconnect this morning from the overhead power line. And then we're doing our works. We're doing a switchboard upgrade, a generator inlet, and a single three-phase meter panel enclosure. We've got a lot to do. We better get cracking, so let's go. So this is the electricity pit that we've had installed with Ausnet. They were originally on an overhead connection. We've had that abolished or removed, and we've gone for an underground connection specifically because we're in a fire hazard area, and that is a requirement with Ausnet. So come on down the driveway and I'll tell you a little bit more about the meter panel. The reason this posed an issue is we've got non-compliant height over a trafficable area, a driveway. We've got proximity to vegetation, which is non-compliant, but primarily we're in a fire hazard area and this is not okay. That's an Ausnet ruling, not from us. So the house originally had a three-phase supply with 2 meters because the house was divided in half, 2 tenancies, 2 addresses, 2 meters. We have abolished the 1 meter. We're joining the whole house together because there's only 1 occupancy now. I don't know why it was split in 2 back in 1970. But now we're going to have 1 meter, 1 switchboard for 1 house. And this is where we're also doing a generator backup because they have a lot of power outages in this area. And the residents here are elderly as well, so having power and lighting is incredibly important to them. So we're doing a backup generator system for them as well. So that's pretty much everything. Now we've actually got to do the work. So as you can see, Ausnet have turned up. It's 8:30. They're going to disconnect the house from the overhead power supply. Once they do that, we can start our work for the day. We've got until 12:30 before our independent inspection officer arrives, and he's going to assess our work. Once he's done that, these guys are booked to come in again today at 2:30 to reconnect the house to the underground mains cable that we ran in October last year. So just to give you some idea, that's how long this job has taken. It's now January 2025. We started this in October. That's how many problems we've had at this job. So Izzy's doing the prep work to allow Ausnet to connect to the consumer mains cable that we ran last year. And I'll show you what she's doing here. So the cabling has to be double insulated to the point of termination. So what that means is that Izzy's putting an additional layer of insulation on there, and then we're color coding it as well. So Steve has ripped out the old meter panel and he's labeling all the cables before he removes the old switchboards, and then we're going to replace that with 1 big switchboard and a new 3-phase meter panel.